Whether you're buying or selling a home, agent fees are part of the equation. But how can you be sure the fees that you're paying translate into real value? Together, we'll break down how agent fees work so you can maximize your return on investment. Let's explore how to navigate this process and ensure you're getting the most value for your money. As we begin discussing how real estate agents are compensated, it's helpful to draw a parallel to other industry professionals, like a CPA, attorney, nutritionist, or mechanic. Just as you would hire these specialists for their expertise and the critical role they play in managing your finances, health, or vehicle, you connect with a real estate agent for their extensive experience and guidance in real estate. The service a real estate agent provides is to help you navigate the sale or purchase of what is often your largest financial investment, typically worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The unfortunate reality is that, like any other profession, there are real estate agents who excel at their job and others who just don't meet expectations. The way these professionals serve and communicate with clients can vary significantly. Some agents are full-time industry professionals offering invaluable years of experience and insights to help their clients navigate unique properties, situations, or challenges. But others may work outside jobs, choosing only to dabble in real estate, but rarely gain the experience needed to handle a wide variety of scenarios. There are agents that are continually investing in their personal growth and development to bring the best to each client they serve. In contrast, some agents get perhaps a little too comfortable in the way they do things and may not be keeping up with strategies to help their clients win in the current market. It is critical to understand that who you hire will make a real difference in your experience and your results. Therefore, while the cost of working with a real estate agent is undoubtedly an important factor in deciding who to hire, it shouldn't be the only factor you consider. Sometimes you get what you pay for, but what you don't want is to get less value than what you did pay for. Our Agent Match Advantage program was designed for just this purpose, connecting people with qualified and experienced professionals to help you find the right agent who will deliver the value you deserve. It's important to recognize that real estate agent compensation, much like other products and services, tends to be competitive within the local market. For example, just as the cost of a routine cleaning might differ slightly between two dentists in town, real estate commissions can vary, but generally they stay within a range that reflects the local market. The market rate for a product or service refers to the prevailing price that consumers are willing to pay and sellers or service providers are willing to accept in a competitive marketplace. This rate is typically determined by forces of supply and demand, as well as factors like market conditions, geographic location, and competition. This concept applies not only to the price of a home, where buyers are comparing a house to other properties on the market, but also to real estate agent compensation. As you interview agents, you'll compare the services they offer and determine who provides the greatest value for what they charge. Real estate agents can be compensated in various ways, and that this compensation, commonly referred to as commissions, is negotiable. Agents may charge a flat fee or a percentage-based commission depending on their business model and the services they provide. Some agents may require an upfront payment when they begin working for you, while others only receive compensation after successfully helping you close on the sale or purchase of a property. What is critical to note is that compensation can vary and is always negotiable. There are no fixed or standard commission rates in the industry. The cost can differ between agents and even between agents working within the same office or firm. The same is true for other professionals, such as attorneys or therapists, where costs can vary depending on whom you choose to work with. These variations in commission are influenced by several factors, including the agent's experience, the complexity of the transaction, and the level of service they provide. The compensation requested by an agent reflects the value they believe their experience, time, and services are worth. Once you've decided on the agent you'd like to work with, it's the right time to consider whether you want to negotiate their fee. I wouldn't recommend discussing fees before you've made your decision, as the focus should first be on finding the best agent. When an agent has presented their fee, it's perfectly fine to negotiate or propose an alternative. There's no harm in asking. However, the agent may either accept your request or decline it. If they won't lower their compensation, you'll need to decide if this agent still offers the best value for what they charge. If yes, proceed with confidence. But if not, you may want to have further conversations with other agents you've interviewed. When asking an agent to adjust their fee, it's important to approach the conversation thoughtfully and professionally. Here are 2 ways that you can effectively ask. One option is, I really enjoyed our conversation and I'm seriously considering moving forward with you. However, I'd like to ask if you would be willing to reduce your fee by 0.5%. This approach shows appreciation for the agent's time and demonstrates your genuine interest in working with them. It also makes your request clear and specific, helping the agent understand exactly what you're looking for. Alternatively, a softer approach that still conveys the same intention is, thank you for your time. We are strongly considering working with you. However, I wanted to ask if your fee of X% is the best rate you can offer. After asking the question, it's important to pause. Let the brief, possibly awkward silence exist while the agent considers your request. Speaking too soon after asking can cause you to lose your footing in the negotiation. Remember to maintain a polite and respectful tone and be prepared for the agent to either accept or decline your request. The key is to keep the conversation open and positive. Another thing to consider is this: while you may enjoy the benefit of paying a bit less to work with the agent you want, you're also gaining insight into their negotiation skills. Think about it this way. If you choose an agent because they claim to be a strong negotiator, a quality that you highly value, but they quickly agree to reduce their own fee without much resistance, are they truly the aggressive negotiator you're looking for? If they don't professionally yet firmly negotiate their own compensation, can you trust them to negotiate effectively on your behalf? We've now covered how real estate agent compensation is competitive within local markets, how it should reflect the value an agent provides, and how you can negotiate compensation rates. Now, let's take a closer look at how compensation is structured and how it applies specifically to your situation. First, it's important to note that the forms or agreements used to hire real estate agents can vary, typically by state. When discussing compensation and formal written agreements, these documents should clearly outline the fee structure and terms of the agreement you are entering into with your agent. As a home seller, once you've interviewed agents and decided whom you'd like to work with based on the value they provide relative to their fee, the next step is to enter a listing agreement. This officially enlists the agent to represent you and guide you through the process of selling your home. One of the key terms in this agreement should clearly outline the compensation arrangement. Be sure you fully understand the cost for their services when your home sells, as well as if there are any additional upfront costs. You'll also want to clarify whether the marketing they proposed for your property will be covered by them, or if any of it will result in extra costs to you. Once you have a clear understanding of your agent's compensation, you will also have the option of offering compensation to a buyer's real estate agent. Traditionally, offering compensation to a buyer's agent has been common practice, but recent changes in the industry following the National Association of REALTORS settlement that went into effect in August of 2024 have introduced more flexibility. It's important to have an honest conversation with your agent about whether offering compensation to a buyer's agent should be part of your marketing strategy. Doing so can attract buyers who are working with agents, which, in reality, is most buyers. Your agent should present you with options and explain why a certain strategy might work best in your situation. If you choose to offer compensation to a buyer's agent, your listing agent is required to provide you with the written disclosure of the exact amount or rate of payment being offered and obtain your approval before finalizing the agreement. If you choose not to offer compensation up front to a buyer's agent, it could still become part of an offer you receive. When a buyer works with a real estate agent to help them locate a home, navigate the purchase process, the buyer has already entered into an agreement with their agent, outlining the compensation the agent will receive for their services. While this agreement is strictly between the buyer and their agent, the buyer may choose to negotiate their agent's compensation into the offer they make on your property. This could result in one of several outcomes. First, the seller may be asked to pay the entire buyer's agent fee as part of the transaction. Alternatively, the buyer may agree to cover the cost of their agent's representation directly. Lastly, it could be a combination of both, where the seller covers part of the fee and the buyer pays the remainder. Once you've selected the real estate agent you'd like to work with for your home purchase, you'll need to enter an agreement for them to officially represent you throughout the process. You should have a clear understanding of what services they will provide, how much those services will cost, and the value they'll add to your home buying experience. Understand that you'll need to sign a written agreement with your agent before you start touring homes. This is why it's essential not to rush into house showings out of excitement and possibly sign an agreement with an agent who isn't best suited for your unique needs. Instead, follow the process. Take the time to interview agents and find the right partner for your home buying journey. If you're just speaking with an agent at an open house or asking about their services, you won't need a formal agreement at that point. Note that in some states, real estate license laws may differ on this point, on if an agreement is required prior to touring a home, and if so, the applicable license law in that state prevails. The buyer agreement must include 4 key components related to compensation. First, the agreement must clearly disclose the specific amount or rate of compensation your agent will receive, or how that amount will be determined. Second, the compensation must be objective, meaning it has to be a flat rate, a percentage, or an hourly rate. It cannot be left open-ended or vague, such as whatever the seller offers. Third, there must be a term ensuring that your agent cannot receive more compensation than what's agreed upon in the contract. Lastly, the agreement must include a clear statement that broker fees and commissions are fully negotiable and not set by law. In most cases, a buyer's real estate agent is paid when you close on the purchase of your property. However, the terms of this agreement can vary. Before signing anything, make sure the agreement clearly outlines the terms you've discussed and agreed upon with your agent. When it comes to paying your agent for their services, there are several ways this can be handled as a buyer. First, the seller may agree to offer compensation to your agent either directly or through what's called a co-op commission that has already been established with the seller's real estate agent. If it's important for you to know whether the seller is willing to cover all or part of your agent's fee, you can ask your agent to inquire whether such compensation is being offered on the specific home that you're interested in. Alternatively, you may encounter situations where the seller has not pre-agreed to pay anything towards your agent's fees. It's no problem. You have the option to negotiate for the seller to cover all or part of your agent's fees as part of the offer you make on a property, effectively including this cost in the purchase price. Lastly, you may pay any remaining portion of your agent's fees that isn't covered by the seller, or if necessary, you can pay the entire fee directly, in full at the time of closing as outlined in your agreement with your agent. Keep in mind that if you are paying all or part of your agent's fee yourself, this payment cannot be included in your home loan. So it will be an additional cost you'll need to cover at closing. If this isn't feasible for you, it doesn't prevent you from working with a real estate agent. Instead, as mentioned earlier, you can request that the seller covers your agent fees in any offer you make and simply ensure this is included in the final negotiated contract. I hope that gaining a better understanding of how real estate agent compensation works and how it's structured will help you approach the process with greater confidence. Take the time to choose an agent who offers the best value for their fee. Don't hesitate to ask questions, discuss compensation options, and ensure that you're working with someone who aligns with your needs and goals.